because my mic was muted. Thank you guys in the chat for all that, but here you go. It's off the rails already, Vance. We're going great. Let's see here. 3 years ago today, 3 years ago today, June 13th, I arrived with my wife in Tennessee permanently. So we're here. We left. We arrived in Tennessee. Been an amazing journey so far for everybody. Love everybody that's been around us, everybody that's been in contact with us, the community. Um, it's been amazing. Best decision we ever made. And thank you all who've been here. Thank you all who supported us. Thank you all who's been near us, dear to us, and really, really extending our family by hundreds of people, thousands of people. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Hey, thank you guys for in the chat there. Love you guys. Let's see here. Look, when I was 14, I was goofing off. I didn't have a head on straight. I don't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea how to do it. And I was just out, typical teen. Tonight's guest is proof that you don't need decades of experience or storefront to build a business. You just need passion, purpose, and some serious skills. Gracie started baking early last year, but things really took off last October. Now she's creating custom cakes, cookies, bars, and showing up at local markets with homemade jams, fresh breads, soft pretzels, and more. And she's only 14. Amazing. It all started when her mom asked her to bake 150 mini wedding cakes for her wedding. 150, that's I can understand coming out and asking you for one, maybe two, but 150, that's a big first order. Gracie delivered. Everyone kept asking who made them. And when they found out it was a 14-year-old, word spread fast. Her mom encouraged her to start selling, and that's why Baking by Grace was born. For Christmas, her mom gifted her a full market setup. I'm so curious to figure out what that is, and still drives her to every delivery and every market event. And did I mention she's 14? I mean, I wish I was this level-headed and clear when I was 14. But like I said, I was busy goofing off playing Super Nintendo. You don't know what that is, Gracie. It's way past your time. And I'm dating myself with all that already. This was the dark ages, pre-iPhone, pre-internet. Okay, this is before civilization began. We're still sending carrier pigeons. Okay, enough of that for now. All right, so pull up a chair, get comfortable, and get super ready to be inspired. And while you're listening, don't forget to visit theprosperitylounge.com. There you'll find our free 8-step action guide to stop living paycheck to paycheck, our brand new student loan survival guide, and access to the Prosperity Planner. It's our budgeting tool that helped hundreds get clarity and control. Use the code RADIO to get a special bonus gift. And after the break, we'll meet Gracie, hear how she turned her passion into baking into real business, what she's got cooking next. Stay tuned. This is the Prosperity Lounge. All right, we hit the first break. Thanks. I moved the mic over, and my mic was muted for the first part of it going out. So radio got it. YouTube did not, my intro, but we're good to go. Yay. Hopefully it recorded something, but I can lay the audio from that over underneath me later when I edit it. Although this usually gets put up live, so it's good to go. All right, so I'm going to bring you on the stage here. I'm just going to hi, everybody. This is Gracie.
Hi.
There we go. Perfect. Everybody here pretty good? Let us know in the chat how she's doing. We're on a quick break right now. When we get back, we're going to do some questions and answers, get a little more story, and figure out what's going on with her. Got a hi Gracie in the chat already. A couple hi Gracies there. I don't know who everybody is because it's just these weird names and numbers here. Noxie Knox says hi. Kagumi, all these numbers, 14, 14, 14, 14, whatever. Says hello as well.
Hey.
You're a superstar already. All right. Well, the mic's off here. Good. Still nervous?
Mm-hmm.
She's nervous. Give her some encouragement. Come on. It's fun. Give me some encouragement. Man, that first couple seconds there. All right. Oh, Valerie Duke says hi, Gracie. Ah. Hey, Aunt Valerie, how you doing? Nice to see you. All right. So right now we're in a commercial break on the radio, but we don't break here. We're just live streaming everything, and we're good to go. It's a lot of downtime. So you got this, Gracie. Yes. So any good questions you got for, please feel put in the chat, and we'll get to them at some point. Weave them in, and yeah, good stuff. So feel free when we're talking, just as much as you want to talk. If you need a break at some point between the first part and segment, just let me know. We'll take a break.
Okay.
Welcome back. As promised, joining us now is someone who's proving age is just a number when it comes to starting a business. Gracie, founder of Baking by Grace. Welcome to the Prosperity Lounge.
Hi.
Yes. So Gracie, I've been following your work, and I gotta say I'm impressed. Those cookies I had the other day were amazing. I was going to do this a little bit later. I made, so here's a little insight. My engineer Vance loves peanut butter cookies. I just found out he loves peanut butter cookies. So I went to the store yesterday and I bought peanut butter cookie mix. And I said, I'm going to give him peanut butter cookies too. You bought in a whole box of peanut butter cookies, which I'm like, you bring in one? And you're like, sure. You brought a whole box. He's in there chowing down on them right now. I'm calling him out because he's in there like looking around. He had one. Okay, he says he had one. I'm going to look later. But he probably had one of mine and one of yours. I'm gonna ask him which one is the winner of the taste test, mine or hers? Okay, yeah. So obviously hers. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. If you want to hear his response, you got to listen to the radio because he didn't go over YouTube, but yeah, he immediately said he broke his tooth on mine. So, and that's I can tell. But anyway, I'm impressed, man. You got a lot of stuff on your menu already. You got cakes, cookies, bars, breads, jams, pretzels, and you're selling out everywhere. Tell me, how did it all begin?
So on my sister's birthday, February before last, I made her birthday cake, and then it was a hit. So my mom asked me to do her wedding cakes in October. So when I did that, everyone started asking, well, who made the cakes? And whenever they figured out it was me, there was people that wanted to order some for their own celebrations.
Wow. So your mom comes to you and asks for not just one cake, but 150 cakes.
Mhm.
Now, are these, you said mini. I'm picturing mini in my head as like 3-tier mini.
They were like
Describe your mini to me.
they were like cupcake
Okay.
size, so not that big, but
Okay. So enough to keep you busy.
Mhm.
Were they all different flavors? All the same?
Yeah, so they took about 2 days, and I made pumpkin, snickerdoodle, vanilla. I think I made cinnamon too.
So you just went all out.
Yeah.
It's not just like here's vanilla and chocolate or just one. It's like you went snickerdoodle,
Mhm.
pumpkin, like high end exotic. Like these are not easy to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So mom comes to you and says 150 cakes, and you go, I can do that. What prompted you to do all these different flavors?
Well, I wanted them to have options to choose from.
A lot of options. I love it. Okay. So you just were thinking ahead, like, I'm just gonna give people options. And those options are snickerdoodle, pumpkin, whatever, and all this
Yeah.
crazy. Okay. Wow. So you're eating everybody's there, they eat cake, they're loving it. They're asking your mom, like, who made all these? Your mom's, hey, it's Gracie. And people are like, oh my, these are the best I've ever had.
Mhm.
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel good, like I could actually start something in the future.
Okay. Did you start something in the future? When you were getting into it, did you ever think about starting something? Like, you ever think like, hey, this is gonna go, I love baking, I'm gonna be a professional baker and bake for a living, or you're 14, so bake at the moment.
Well, before then, I hadn't really thought about, like, any time in the near future, so
Okay. So you just kind of fell into it and you love doing it.
mhm.
Okay. Mom gets you a Christmas. This is what you told me. Mom got you a full market setup as a Christmas gift. Now, what is a full market setup?
It includes, like, a tent, a table covers, like, decorations, and, like, my tent is set up like a farm stand, kind of.
Okay. Okay. So was this all under the tree? Santa bought it. Your mom said, "Hey, Santa got this. Runs under the tree, and it's already set up, or it's in like tents and boxes." And you're like, "Oh, what's all this? I
Yeah,
gotta
it
figure
was
it
in,
out."
like, a whole bunch of boxes, so then I went through it not really knowing what everything was, and I'm like, "What's this?"
Great, I got a tent. What am I gonna do with this? The table, yay! And then it starts to understand what it's all about. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Do you remember your first market?
Yes, very well.
All right, tell me about it. What did you bring, and what were people saying? Where was it at?
My first market was in February for Valentine's Day. Um,
Okay.
I made chocolate covered treats like strawberries, truffles, chocolate dipped
Ooh,
Oreos. At that point, I hadn't really got into selling, like, cakes and cookies at that point, but I sold quite a bit of that stuff.
you said chocolate covered Oreos. We both looked at each other, Vance and I, went, ooh. We just both feel our waistlines expanding a little bit, don't we? Oh, man, oh, man. He's getting back on here to say something now. Yeah, chocolate covered Oreos sounds delicious. Yeah, it's not a big fan of Oreos, but really chocolate covered Oreos all day long. Same here. Okay. So what was the response like? You bought everything. What were people saying that first market?
Well, they were kind of like their jaws dropped, like, "You have strawberries?" There were certain people that came just for the strawberries, and the strawberries were a big hit.
I could imagine. I mean, I sometimes try to do strawberries too because it's fruit. You gotta get fruit in it. It's healthy, right? It's the easiest thing. Okay. What was so you got done with that. Everybody thought it was a big hit. What were you feeling? Were you just feeling great, cloud nine? Were you just, I want to do this again? Like, take me through that feeling after that first market?
Yeah, I was kind of excited about the markets in the future where I could have a wider variety, a bigger foot traffic, and more people.
You're already thinking expansion. You're the first one. You're like, how can I get bigger and
Mhm.
better? Wow. Okay, I love that. So what? So what made you go from thinking, yeah, thinking that in that mindset of thinking from I'm just baking something and I'm going to sell to people to basically starting a whole brand? Do you even think that you started a brand?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I hope it to become a brand in the future, so
You're a brand now. What are you talking about in the future? You got your website, you got your Facebook, you got your name, you got your logo. Man, you are a brand. Now, difference if you want to be a well-known brand, right?
yeah.
Okay. So thinking of that mindset, what what steps are you thinking about taking to get there? To think about being this whole brand, whole
Um,
movement of Baked by Gracie,
like more
more
markets, more
markets.
orders, and just trying my best at everything to make sure everyone is satisfied.
I haven't heard anything so far. I've Nothing but great things to read about you. My taste buds were good. What now you might have answered this already, and I was half paying attention probably because I was looking at the chat, and I apologize, but what was the first thing you ever sold that made you go, "Yeah, I can totally do this."
Um, it was a baby shower order for more mini cakes that I got after my mom's wedding.
150 or less?
It was, like, only 50.
So this is just a cake then.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. Ha ha ha. Mid-band laugh, so that's all I need. That's the best part of my day. So it was you were just like, "Yeah, 50's easy. I got this."
Mhm.
Was it I gotta ask though, did you give them options?
Yeah. I think they chose, like, 4.
4 options. So you when you do something like that, do you split it evenly? Like
Like
12 apiece or whatever, you just go, "Hey, I got 3 of this and whatever."
so they can choose, like, an option per dozen.
Okay. What does that look like? So to explain that to me, option per dozen, that they get so many flavors per dozen, or you just a dozen of each flavor? Like
So, like, every dozen you get can be a different flavor.
okay, okay, I got it. So if I was to order 2 dozen, I can get 2 flavors.
Mhm.
So if I want 4 or 5 flavors, I gotta order a lot of mini cakes. Like, okay, I got it. Sounds good. Okay, so now you're up and running, starting a business, you're running a real business. How do you come up with the recipes or decide what to sell?
Sorry, what'd you say?
How do you come up with the recipes or decide what to sell?
So, I basically created a base recipe, and I'll alter that depending on the flavor to make it unique.
Okay. Now we do have to say that you are a scratch baker.
Mhm.
Everything from scratch. No
100%.
no cheating like I did on the peanut butter cookies for advance where I just poured it out of the bag and then it said, "Here you go."
Mhm.
So you look at your recipes. Where do you get your recipes from? You're just make them up as you go, or you have
Yeah.
recipes that you like, these are certain recipes that you've tried before, advanced recipes, and you kinda go with
So, I think for most of them, I think there might be a couple that were, like, passed down, but most of them I've created.
okay. So you're just sitting around with a notepad and just going, pinch of sugar, touch of salt, cup of flour, test it out, see how it tastes.
Mhm.
So I gotta say your family is probably really happy and really sad at times because it comes out good, they're real excited about what you're making, but if they're taste testing something that just didn't go right,
Yeah,
like,
it could be.
it can be a little bit like, "Hmm." Do they tell you, like, "Hey, this didn't hit the mark," or are they nice about it? "Oh, yeah, that's nice, yeah, good."
Oh, no, my mom just straight up, "No, that's disgusting."
Oh, okay. She just spits it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. No holds barred, she doesn't hold back. She's like, "I got you this thing, you're setting it up, you better make some stuff that's good. I'll let you know if it's not."
Yep.
Okay. What are some of your favorite things to make right now?
I like making custom cakes. I like the decorative custom cakes.
Custom cakes. Okay, what's the most challenging custom cake you've made?
It was a Highland cow, which included a lot of fondant work.
Oh my god. How big was that?
It was just a normal 2-layer, but I think I spent, like, 2 hours making the
Just a normal
pieces.
2-layer, like it's nothing. So you, like, hand roll the fondant to, like, the different, like,
Mhm.
hair and nose and face and all that stuff.
Yep.
Different colors? Do you, like, use different colors with that or food
Yeah, I had
colors?
to make, like, 3
Oh
colors.
my gosh. That sounds delicious and exhausting at the same time.
Yep.
Okay. Do you do other things like that as well? Like, have you been other, like, creative in that mind? Like, you just when you did that, did you draw it out first, or you just saw how you wanted to do it? Like, how did you plan the cow?
So she actually sent me a picture to go from.
Okay. Now somebody sends me a picture and says, draw this on a piece of paper or copy it. I'm still stick figures. Like, how are you taking what somebody's sending you into actually make? Are you just that? You always good at art, or
Yeah, so I actually had dreams of running a studio,
no?
but that was before.
But before, so the dreams of running a studio got dashed at 14 when you decided to start a bakery
Mhm.
business. Oh, to be young again, man. The world's ahead of you. I love it. Um, what is something that you've made and you thought, never again am I making this, whether it just doesn't taste right or it just always crumbles or doesn't come out right, and you're just like, somebody asked me, I'm never doing this.
Um, I don't really know about that.
Okay. So everything's been a hit so far.
Not necessarily, but I just
Okay.
kept practicing.
Okay. Good. Practice. So is there anything that you've seen or you want to do that's like really challenging in that space in baking? And then you're like, not
Um,
yet, but I'm gonna get
maybe sourdough bread. It's really
ooh,
time consuming.
I've heard that. I've heard that. I've never tried it. I would just buy it at the store. But there's always classes around that say, "Hey, come learn how to make sourdough." It's always a long day.
Mhm.
I'm just I'm just gonna go to the store and buy it. But it's different because I guess the water and stuff you use and how it rises and everything. It could either
Yeah.
be really bad. Okay. Um, do you have a custom? So you mentioned going to the markets, bringing everything with you. Do you have a customer favorite that sells out every time you bring it? You know it's going to sell out, and you're like, "Man, I wish I would have made more."
My pretzel nuggets sell out.
Okay. The pretzels. Tell me a little bit about that because pretzels are hard. You- Do you make the twists in the pretzels, or do you just like explain your pretzels to the audience?
So the whole pretzels, you just, like, kinda throw them up in the air and then twist them, and then they're done. But the nuggets, I just slice them up and boil them and bake them, and
Okay. I'm visualizing tossing just dough in the air, and it just magically twists itself into a pretzel, like pizza. You throw pizza and you spin it on your hand.
well, it took a little bit of practice, but it wasn't that hard.
Says you. I don't know. I'm trying to think about how to do it. So, going to demonstrate for the live stream, which is great that you can come in and live stream and check out what I'm trying to do and make a fool of myself here. But you would you hold both ends of the pretzel and toss it,
Yeah.
and then it comes down and it's supposed to lay flat. But by the time I would do that, it would just be all over the place. And,
My first one was too.
okay, so first you don't succeed, try, twist again.
Mhm.
Got it. Amazing. So I absolutely love what you're doing. I love that you're out there putting yourself out there. So far, you've been successful because everything is very tasty. People love all that. Um, I, contrary to the cookies that Vance had, I love baking myself. I grew up baking with my dad. It was one of our favorite things to do together.
Mhm.
My dad, my dad was blind when I was growing up, so he would do everything by feel, which meant sometimes we had really awesome cakes, and sometimes we had really not so awesome cakes because the sugar got mixed with the baking soda and the flour got mixed with something else, and the salt got mixed. Ugh. So I love baking. It's one of those things that helps me like relieve stress when things are going on. Do you
Mhm.
find for you, I mean, if you're 14, I don't know what kind of stress you might have, but you're running a business, so it's a little stressful.
Mhm.
Does baking do that for you? Does it help you relax a little bit, even though you're putting a big order in or you're preparing for something? It's still a fun thing to do?
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's fun all the time. It can be a little bit busy every now and then, but overall, it's fun.
Okay. So when things aren't going well in the kitchen, how do you stay calm? What do you do?
I just take a minute and then go right back at it.
Okay. So you just look at it and go, all right, I'm going to go right back and try, tweak something if it's not working and
Mhm.
get back to the drawing board and fix it and have mom taste it and tell you it's horrible and move on.
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever made something where you thought, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work. And everybody's like, yes, this is perfect.
Yeah, like multiple times.
Oh, so you just stumble into success then.
Yeah.
God, man, I wish. Man, okay. I'm so jealous right now. I am. Um, Big question for you. You're 14. How do you balance school with running an empire?
So previously, I had just been doing it all after school, which got busy at times, and that was before markets. Now, I think I'm gonna go homeschooled,
Okay.
so it's only 4 hours a day, so I'll have more time to bake.
So again, 4 hours a day at school and running a business at 14. I would trade places with her in a heartbeat because we went to, you go to school for 8 hours a day and you're tired and then you have to, oh my gosh. I'm so jealous, man. I am extremely jealous right now of your lifestyle. You were a rock star. I love it. All right. So what's a typical day look like for you right now when you're baking? Are you baking? Obviously, we're in summer, so there's no school going on right now. Were you baking and doing stuff while you were in school last year?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did that look like for you? What was your schedule? Did you bake before school, after school, just on the weekends? Because weekends are the markets, so you have to be prepared. So how are you preparing yourself for orders and everything?
So the markets actually just started after school had ended. So I had been getting up early, getting everything done, and then when I got back from school, it'd be time to bake.
How long does that take you? You obviously got to do homework, get all that done.
I did that during school.
Oh, so the teacher's teaching you stuff you already knew you did homework.
Yeah.
Just don't tell anybody who might be listening or watching that was near her teacher. She listened every second you talked. Wink. Okay. All right. Um, so what is that going to look like now with homeschool? Are you gonna just kind of weave in your studies during and after baking projects? Like what's obviously you have to have education. So what takes precedent? What's priority number one? Schoolwork's done first and then baking. If you don't do your schoolwork, you can't bake.
Well, I think I can do both at the same time, like make a cake and then schoolwork while it's in the oven.
Okay. I like that. Now who's going to be your teacher when you're homeschooled?
It's on one, so
Okay.
kind of like my mom.
Okay. So your mom. I'm just asking if you're going to pay attention to your mom at all, like
Yeah,
and do homework while mom's talking. She's like, "Yeah, mom, I got this. It's all good."
it'll be the same as it was before.
Okay. So nothing's going to change. You're just going to be a rock star again. Okay, got it. I am over my head of this interview. This is amazing because she's blown it away. I am okay. Um, your mom's here today. She's off in the corner, wondering if she's going to be called online here to say hi. Um, obviously she got you set up. She believes in you. She got you going. She drives you to the market. She drives you to deliveries. Anybody else help
My Mimi does a lot of deliveries
you?
last
Okay.
minute.
I mean,
My sister's a taste tester. My aunt's a taste tester. My stepdad is a taste tester and complains about it.
he complains about tasting them, or he complains about what he's doing their bad.
He says, "You're gonna make me 500 pounds."
It's the better job, bro. Well, I can. Okay. So what that means, and what's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan. I think I saw Ryan in the chat earlier. Ryan, all that means, Ryan, is a couple extra walks around the block for every cookie you have, and I think that'll kind of do it. I mean, you ever think about maybe you get to when you're big, hire professional taste testers?
No, not
I
really.
was looking for a job. That's why.
Oh.
Vance has got his hand raised too. So we're so if you're ever hiring, let us know. We'll be first in line to get some cookies. Do you see my favorite thing to eat? I love chocolate chip stuff, peanut butter, fun peanut butter chocolate chip. I like a good carrot cake.
A lot of people seem to like carrot cake. I'm thinking about making a recipe with it.
Okay. Now, big question is the frosting that you prefer on some of those things. Do you use buttercream frosting or cream cheese frosting? What's the preference for you when you're baking?
So with most of them, it'd be buttercream, but carrot cake and red velvet is a little bit different, so probably cream cheese.
Okay. See, I like a buttercream. And sometimes you get a cake and it looks like buttercream and it's cream cheese, and you kind of bite into it, and you're like, that's not what I was thinking. Well, disappointing.
Well, with markets, it would have to be buttercream because of weather.
Huh?
So,
See, I didn't know that. So you have to think about all that when you're making it, because that's be
mhm.
last a while, and then good, because cream cheese obviously needs to be refrigerated, I would think, right?
Yeah.
More so. Okay. Have you ever made an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie?
I made oatmeal raisin and iced oatmeal.
Okay. I'm gonna throw oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, one of my favorites. Now, what happens to me, Gracie, is when I go out and I see an oatmeal cookie and it looks like it's got chocolate chips on it, and I buy it and they don't tell you, and I take a bite out of it, and it's oatmeal raisin, and I was expecting oatmeal chocolate chip. It's very disappointing. But I had an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie the other day. I was very excited out of it because it was exactly what I expected. Wasn't as good as yours. No, I'm telling you guys, I had a chocolate chip cookie the other day. It was fantastic. I mean, that's why I have her on here, because it was just amazing. Um, do people ever order things last minute, or you ever had to bake anything last minute because people just loved it so much? Like you're going to a market on one day and you're like, nobody's going to buy these, or not. I made enough of these, but they sell it so fast, and you're like, I got to make more of them the next time.
Mhm. Yeah. So, I get last minute orders almost every single week, so
Okay. I saw that today on your Facebook. Somebody was placing an order, and I was like, is she going to make it here in time? Because she's got a delivery now.
yeah, I made it.
You did. You did. That was awesome. Um, do people place pre-orders as well? And or do you just bring what you've got and hope it sells at the market? It's like, hey, I'm going to be at the market tomorrow or Thursday or Saturday. Bring this, and I'll pick it up there.
Yeah, so people can pick up at my markets or I can offer delivery and I can meet them, just whatever their needs are.
Okay, I love that. Has there ever been a time where you thought, I just need a break? Like, I need not like I just need to step away from baking for a second, do something else.
Yeah, every now and then I would have, like, a day or 2 and then go back.
So like a normal day off from work, everybody has, and then you went back at it. You're like,
Mhm.
love that. What are your goals for baking, by Grace?
To grow bigger and stronger.
Okay. Do you see yourself having a bakery one day, like shop?
Yeah, I want a storefront
Okay.
whenever I turn 18.
Oh, gotta wait till 18, guys, to get a storefront. Okay. Where are you having a store? Tell me about that.
I'm gonna have cake sauces, pretzels, hopefully sourdough, cookies, bars, maybe a deli too.
Okay. And right here in Knoxville?
I was thinking I don't really know yet. I'm thinking about, like, Maynardville, where I grew up, Hardin Valley, Farragut, where my markets are, maybe Hall. There's a lot of places.
Okay. Make sure you're not leaving this. That's all I'm asking. So if you're gonna be around, it's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Has there ever been something that you were nervous about making and
The
it turned
Highland
out
Cow
great?
Cake.
And it turned out, oh, got cake. Okay, yeah. Okay. How about something you learned? since starting that you didn't expect it out? Just from, it doesn't have to be necessarily baking wise, but just maybe just business wise or things around that nature.
I don't really know. I would have to think about
Okay.
that.
Have you learned that the government comes and takes a little bit of every mistake?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a tough lesson to learn at that age. I love it. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have some listener questions. A few of them came in for Gracie here. And don't go anywhere. And this is the Prosperity Lounge. Awesome job so far.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great. So I'll come back, we'll riff a little bit more, and then we'll get into some Q&A. There's some people in the chat here that are asking questions, and hopefully these will be done. And then we are more than halfway done. Still feeling nervous?
Not as much.
Yeah,
No.
you're doing great. I'm more nervous, I think, than you are because I'm trying to figure out what to say next. This is great. So when we go back and forth, feel free if you have any questions you want to ask me in the process, which you probably don't, but it's not to be all one-sided. You can send it back if you want.
Okay.
If you think of anything, you don't have to. It's fine. Yeah. So I have a couple other questions here to get back to. We talked about pretzels a little bit and a few other things, but yeah, I think we're awesome.
One of the things, one of the things that her daily routine, she doesn't study medical. She usually gets up at like 5 a.m. just to do her Bible study before she starts her day. So
Perfect. I love that. I can definitely bring that up.
she's on her third time with Bible front to back.
No kidding. That's awesome. That's amazing. It's very, again, a ton, inspirational. I love that. You're just an awesome kid. I appreciate you coming, hanging out.
Thank you for inviting me.
No brainer. I was worried you were going to say no. To be honest. I don't want to be on the radio. He's this weird guy asking me to be on the radio. I'm like, I don't know him. He bought a cookie. It's like, yeah, I definitely will ask you about that and your routine because my routine is completely different than yours. And yeah, I really need to sit down and do what you're doing with that, with the Bible too. I have not read it through. I know it, grew up in the church, but I've not read it through. So you have more quotes than I do, probably. You know exactly where things are.
I'm not good with memorizing.
Okay, so memorizing is different. Okay, do you do like a daily when you're reading? Do you do like a daily scripture, like you read for the day?
Yeah, and I put it on my clipboard with all my orders.
I love that. I'm going to definitely bring that up on the radio next. So talk about that. I have follow-up questions that I want everybody else to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to Prosperity Lounge. I'm here with Gracie from Baked by Grace. You can find her on Facebook at Baked by Grace, and your website is bakingbygrace.com. So baking with an ing by grace.com. Perfect. We were talking off the air and during the commercial break a little bit, and I had some follow-up questions for Gracie about. I want to get back to the pretzels for a second. What inspired you to just make pretzels rather than just be like, I'm not even going to try pretzels? Was it just these are hard, I'm going to accomplish that, or people like pretzels, or I like pretzels, I'm going to make it for myself?
So the first time I made them is when we were actually snowed in for like a week, and I wanted to make something new. So I'm like, well, let's make pretzels.
Okay, you just like Christmas break or no, holiday break, snow break, hobby, like let's just try something and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Besides the cow, which thing takes the longest to make or the most effort on a normal basis?
So breads, pretzels, bagels, stuff like that.
Okay, makes sense. because you have to wait for them to rise or
Mhm.
okay. Have you ever thought about teaching others how to bake? Like running a class one day and showing others?
I was thinking of maybe doing, like, a decorating class, like, once a week with my storefront.
Decorating class, like piping, things like
Mhm.
that. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about a little bit. I know a little bit. Okay, cool. I love that. We're talking a little bit off the break. I want to get a little bit about your daily routine. We talked about baking before school, after school, baking while homework's going on, and all that other stuff. Take me through your day. What time do you get up in the morning?
So, I get up at about, like, 6, and then I do my Bible study after I get dressed, and then eat breakfast and start baking or go to school, make a delivery, whatever's on that agenda for that day.
Okay. What time do you usually bed at night?
On not a busy
Well, hold on.
day,
Let me rephrase this. What time are you supposed to be in bed at night? Mom's listening. And what time are you in bed at night? And mom can cover yours.
I'm supposed to be in bed like 8:30. On a busy day, it's more like 10:30.
Okay. So 10:30, you're up at 6 in the morning, and you got your Bible study going on. Tell me a little bit more about that. When your mom was saying, dude, this is your third time through.
Mhm.
It's amazing. And you go ahead and you read your daily scripture, you said, and you put it up on the wall for the day on your clipboard for all your orders. Have you ever found one where you're just like, you read it and you're like, it's exactly what's going on right now?
Mhm. Sometimes I'll stick those in my Bible, like, the day I read it.
Okay. So you kind of keep a note of like this happened on this day. This is
Mhm.
the exact moment. Definitely, there's a reason why I read this today.
Mhm.
I love that. Where would you suggest someone start? Obviously, it's a silly question. The beginning is the answer. But for someone that is maybe new to scripture, new to the Bible, new to learning about all that stuff, is there a version that you would suggest for somebody, or is I want to say style, but that's the right word.
I
Version
like
that you would say
I
for
like the New Living Translation.
okay,
It's simpler.
simple's good. I need simple. Some of those words are over my head.
Mhm.
I remember I grew up in church, and you always get to so I grew up in a Catholic church, and we get to the holidays to read the story, the creation story, and they start with Adam and Eve, and it goes down the line until they get to Jesus, and it's name after name after name with name I can't pronounce or remember. So
Mhm.
is this just kind of like, hey, this happened and this happened, perfect, we're good to go, kept caught up, so I could skip all that like Cliff Notes?
It still has the names, but it, like, puts it in our language, like
Okay, so I can understand it at least.
yeah.
Perfect. I love that. Great. Well, we got some questions. This is one of my favorite parts of the show, actually, Gracie. It's my Q&A questions. I get questions in all the time from people on Facebook, Instagram, email. They're in the chat talking right now. They're inside the Prosperity Lounge community. They're asking questions. Some of them come straight from the community. Some come from special guests. Some are I got questions just for you. People knew you were coming. Um, so Amanda from Morristown asked, I've been thinking about starting a baking business, and I'm overwhelmed by what I need to get started legally, licenses, taxes, that kind of stuff. What advice for keeping it simple and just getting started? That's really seems like a more complex question for me, but feel free to add in anything you might ask. So you are a home-based business, and this is what it looks like Amanda's trying to do too. And so in Tennessee, we have Tennessee Cottage Food Law, and that allows you to prepare and sell certain non-perishable, non-potentially hazardous foods like goods, jams, bacon, like stuff you're doing, without needing any kind of commercial license or specialty.
Mhm.
There's requirements to that. Requirements are things like farmers markets, roadside stands, online with in-state delivery and pickup, no out of state at this time. And then no refrigeration items. That's why you talked about the cream cheese versus the buttercream, right?
Mhm.
Labeling, you got to be consistent on your labels, like common name of food, ingredients by your weight, your allergen disclosures, and your statement that says it was produced in a kitchen not inspected by health.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I think you have to add your address and your phone number as well.
Perfect. Outstanding. During my research, it said also that you don't necessarily need to have a business license until you exceed a certain amount of revenue. Is that correct? I think it was like $3,000. Mom, shake your head. Yes. You don't have to answer that. I have to answer for mom. Perfect. And then talking some things too. It's a good idea just from a business point of view to get an EIN from the IRS. They're free. Separate your social security number out, your business social security number in a sense. So any kind of business you have one. And I realize it's one per person. So if I got one a long time ago for another business, I just use that for every business I have. Also keep receipts, track your income, print clear labels, start small and simple, and the law's on your side. Just go for it. You got it. Carlos wrote in and said, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone trying to grow their side hustle while still working a full-time job? Carlos, time block. Designate a couple hours a week that are focused on your business, on your side hustle. Saturday mornings, 2 hours here and there, the weekend, something that you're going to be able to build with. Be consistent. And, if you're doing a side hustle like baking, you bake or prep several products at once and schedule for your social media stuff, schedule posts ahead of time so you don't have to stress. Use the tools online like Square, Venmo, Canva, Google Sheets. Keep organized. And that should help. And then remember, momentum is better than perfection. Don't wait till everything's perfect. Just start, learn, and adjust. I got a question for Gracie here. This is from Leah in Knoxville. She wrote in and said, Gracie, I saw you at a market a few weeks ago and I bought one of your cookies. It was amazing. And amazing is written in all capital letters here. Amazing. What's your favorite thing to bake for yourself, not just the business?
I really like cookies too.
Yeah. Which one of them is your favorite?
That's a hard question.
It's like picking your favorite family member.
Huh?
Picking your favorite family member. You like them all, but something like a little more than others.
I really like the strawberry cheesecake cookies.
No. Did I see those at the Hardin Valley thing? Were they there? Did you have those there?
I did last Thursday, but I actually bring new flavors every week.
Can you give us a little hint of what's on the menu this week?
This week I've already been Hardin Valley, but tomorrow I'm gonna have turtle, chocolate chip, gluten-free chocolate chip.
Free. Okay.
I think there's more, but I forgot.
Okay. Now this isn't a question from here, but another question that came up from that. What is the difference between gluten and gluten-free? Hear a lot about it in the news. People are gluten intolerant. What makes it gluten-free versus non-gluten? Has gluten?
So the biggest thing is you have to use gluten-free flour, and then just make sure if any of the other ingredients have gluten, you just have to substitute them with gluten-free.
Okay. Going back to the label question, you ever do anything or mark like allergens on the labels or anything? I think it might have been part of the things you talked about, allergen disclosures. Is there anything that comes up in your baking that people are like, hey, I can't have dairy, but I want a cookie, or I can't have this type of flour or anything like that?
I've actually not had that happen before, but
Okay. Now watch it happen.
yeah.
I said it should happen to you. Okay. We got a question from someone who wrote in via the YouTube chat last week. On one of the comments said, you are so talented. Do you have plans to expand, like ship your baked goods or offer holiday boxes online?
So I actually already offer holiday boxes. I've offered a Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Easter, I think. And I hope to start shipping cookies in the future too.
I love that. I love that. So where can people find you to ship it? I said bakingbygrace.com. So what's the order process? You get on there and you put an order in. Walk me through that. I placed an order today for a dozen chocolate chip cookies.
So they can order on my website, they can message me, call me, they can make their order, and then I can deliver meat, or they can pick it up at one of my markets.
That's awesome. But you got to be in Tennessee for that, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
So come visit Tennessee. You don't have to stay. We're full. Come visit while you're here. Check out the markets. You put your markets on your website, Facebook, so people know where you're at, like schedule.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Okay. Do you have an email list where you can email out where you're going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you can sign up for an email list, find out where she's going to be, place the order, come pick it up, or just go buy some cookies. Perfect. I love that. I got a question here from Mom. My mom's off in the distance here. Mom can come on if she wants to. She doesn't have to. I got a question from Mom. And the question was, how do parents support their kids' business ideas? Like, how do you, as a parent, see something that the kids want to do, and how do you be supportive of that?
I've always tried to pour into my kids as much as I can because
Let's get a little closer to the mic, Mom. Mom's slow. I told Mom I wasn't going to do this, but I'm bringing her over. She doesn't be on camera. You can just kind of listen.
so I've always told my kids that they can do anything they want. So whatever dream they have, if God puts it in your heart, then you can accomplish it because He's going to see you through it. And so my job as a mom is to just help them the best of my ability to get them there.
Now, did you think when you were starting this, going down this rabbit hole with her and thinking that you were going to be the chauffeur? And I think you told me voluntold labor. Yeah. You knew what you were getting into?
No.
Okay.
I even had to trade my car for an SUV
Okay.
to get the table and stuff in more appropriately. So
Okay. And she pays you back with sweet treats and good.
yeah, she paid me back. I can do a taste test.
I love that. I love that. What with the tables? I think the other day when we were there, you were manning the table. I think we met there. What are some things that you're hoping Gracie learns from this? What are some teachable moments from this experience of, right now it's a very fresh young business. Obviously, we got big plans to expand and open up a shop and teach and get into this as a career, not just the job right now. But what are some things you're hoping that she learns out of all this?
I tell her all the time, just make sure you set your mindset on God. He's going to see you through, and you're going to have hard times. They're going to come. You're going to have failures, but you just got to push through it. Keep going. It's going to be okay.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Question from the chat for Gracie here is, what is your funniest kitchen mishap?
Almost exploding the microwave.
Okay.
You actually caught it on fire.
What did you do?
I was heating up a cream cheese packet, and apparently when it's wrapped in, it's aluminum. So
Oh, yes, the oil on the cream cheese. My funniest story, and it's not a baking story, but I almost burned down, caught a microwave on fire. Is when I left popcorn in too long, and it started to smoke, and burnt popcorn. It's a smell you can't get out. We were in a hotel when it happened, so we had to switch floors and pretended like, oh, I don't know, the microwave busted. Sorry. Yeah, it was like still smelled the next day. It was bad. Those microwaves are horrible. Okay, so yeah, I love that. Let's see here. I got something. My mom's in the chat, and she said, "Order me some chocolate chip cookies." Now I got to order them, Mom, and then I have to ship them to you because she can't ship them to you. So I'm gonna have to order them, get them, and ship you, which is fine. Do you have a shelf life on your cookies? How long do they last?
I think they're about a week.
Are you gonna eat all those cookies in a week, Mom? I don't know. We'll see. Next time you come visit, I'll make sure you get some cookies. How about that? Because what's going to happen is I'm going to order them and I'm going to eat half of them just so Mom has just a couple. And that's not, it's going to be, again, my waistline. I'm going to be just like your stepdad. I'm going to be complaining about your 500 pounds. Man. Okay, where can we get some of her baked goods? We answered that question already in the chat. Thank you, guys. You can get them on their website at bakingbygrace.com. You can follow the Facebook page, and I encourage you all to at Baked by Grace. It's an amazing page. If you're not sure how to get there or whatever, you can go to my page. I can link to it all. You guys are all going to get emails if you're not in the email chain already with some follow-ups, where to find this. And if you came in a little bit after and you kind of missed a little bit of the show, we're going to have this up on podcast. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, everywhere you can find a podcast. It'll be up on this interview here. Will be up on YouTube as a replay after we're done here, and it'll be a podcast there. So I encourage you all that are tuning in here, go like and subscribe to the Prosperity Lounge. You get all your information there. Join the Prosperity Lounge community at theprosperitylounge.com. It's our free online community where we learn all about small business, personal finance, wellness. We connect with others from all walks of life, and we all are a community to lift each other up. Let's see here. I almost forgot. We got a special challenge for everybody out there watching and listening. If you're the first 5 people to use the word prosperity when you go to Gracie's next market, you go up to the stand and you say prosperity. You're going to get a free cookie courtesy of the Prosperity Lounge and Gracie, but you have to take a picture and tag both Baked by Grace and the Prosperity Lounge, and you'll get a free cookie. Now it's the first 5 people. So where's your next market going to be?
My next market is tomorrow at Beaver Dam Church in Halls.
All right. The gauntlet has been thrown down to the Beaver Dam Church people that are going there. First 5 people that show up, you're going to get a free cookie. I might just show up and see if I can get a free cookie. I know Vance will be there. He's got his hand raised. He's going to be there for sure. Yeah, so remember, do that tomorrow, and then get your free cookie. Now, what are the cookies on the menu tomorrow again?
I forgot all but 3, but I have gluten-free chocolate chip, and turtle.
All right. Gluten-free chocolate chip turtle, and a couple surprise ones that she's going to remember when she gets home. Love it. All right. Well, Grace, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You definitely inspired a bunch of listeners in the chat, and especially myself included. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're building, you're doing what you love, and you're building with purpose. And I love that. I appreciate it. And to everyone listening, whether you're 14 or 40, it's never too late, never too early to get started. The tools, the time, the talent are already in your hands. And before I wrap up, I just want to ask one tomorrow. Beaver Dam.
Mm-hmm.
What are the hours?
It's from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m.
9 a.m. to midnight?
12 a.m.
p.m.
p.m.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
long market to be at. Wow. No, I got you. So 9 to noon, get over there. All the information's on your website. All the information's on the Facebook page. Definitely check it out. Get there. Get those cookies. Ryan's in the chat and says 9 to 12 Halls Market. He's on it. You can walk around the market a few times, work off some of those poundages, and then eat a couple cookies. You're good. So thank you, guys. If this episode inspired you or challenged you or encouraged you in any way, do me a favor. Share it with someone who needed to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Prosperity Lounge or your favorite podcast platform or here on YouTube. And hey, if you haven't already, again, visit theprosperitylounge.com. Get your free 8-step action guide to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Join the growing community. Until next time, everybody, stay faithful, stay fearless, and remember, freedom lives where faith and action meet. The lounge is always open, and so is your next breakthrough. This is the Prosperity Lounge. Great job. All right, everybody. Thank you so much in the chat. Take off your headset if you want there. Got a bunch of people watching right now. saying hi. I think you're, yeah, Ryan's in here. We got the wife's in here. A few other people are in here. Look at all these people chatting and commenting and stuff, giving you all encouragements and hi. And
Aw.
yeah, everybody was in here supporting you tonight. I love it. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Gracie, thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate it. I'm
you.
gonna sign off now, guys. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys next time.